How Wunmi was nagged by Marlians, Zino, Naira Marley and co. in the Marlian house. Alleged Dr. Kemi Olunloyo as she starts another round of exposition of what is been going on Justice for Mohbad. Hello everyone, you're so much welcome. Investigative journalist Dr. Kemi Olunloyo has once again rolled out lots of posts on social media, all directed at Wunmi, the widow of the late music and much loved guy, Ilerioluwa Promise Oladimeji Aloba, who passed on the 12th of September 2023. Okay, so where do we get started from? Well, Dr. Kemi has been on this case for a while, In fact, she was one of the front runners who came out at that time when Iyabo Ojo Tontodike was still in the picture. Then she came and everything took a turn around, especially since she mentioned that she had the DNA result of Liam that was done in Dubai at that time, claiming that, Liam is not Mohbad's son. And that was why they had the Quanta and all of that. Afterwards, she now came out to say that no, she doesn't have any DNA results, that, it's not the case and everything. Then for a bit, in fact, for a long time, she was quiet about it, just once in a while drop stuff and all of that. Then she came out again with Baba Mohbad, saying Baba Mohbad should contact her, that she's now going to into justice for Mohbad heavily, that she has spent a lot of money in dollars. I think $2,000 from her pocket and maybe $5,000 from donations, and that she has spent so much money that her findings is what the police officers are using, in whatever things they've been releasing. So this is just a snippet of how involved she's been. But anytime she comes out, it's always expected, because obviously she has taken a stand and she has the right to do that. Remember, she's an investigative journalist, and and everybody has the right to expression, to either agree or disagree from different standpoints, as long as you're just, being civil about it, which is fine. Now, on the series of posts that Madam Kemi has released again, this is what she posted. She said, Naira Marley asked Tani Baba Baby, chanting a song by an upcoming Malian artist. Then Naira, Zino, and SL all took turns knacking Wunmi for years in the Marlian household. Hashtag IJ Mohbad. So, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó ní agbára. Yeah, of course we know that Naira Marley sang a song called Tani Baba Baby. I think there was even a time when Naira Marley would just pop his head out and he was dancing to that song with somebody, Tani Baba Baby, Tani Baba Baby. One of the popular Islamic cleric actually called him out to be like, no, don't go that route. Don't go that route. Get inside. I can't remember what that Baba's name is, but I remember that very clearly, that yes, he's a fan of Naira Marley, but you don't go that route, So from then, Naira Marley has not really, popped head outside like that, And anytime he tries to do that, trust Nigerians, they give it to him gbasgbos, to be like, Oga, go and sit down. You're not a saint in all of this. In fact, according to the late guy, you've done so much. And now, this is the 10th month, almost going to the 11th month, and, Dr. Kemi is releasing this saying that Naira Marley, Zino, I don't know who the SL is, you can help us with that, whoever knows who that is, all took turns knocking Wunmi for years in the Marlian house. Okay. Now, well, she's always saying that her sources are credible, meaning that she knows what she's saying in all of this, but we are yet to see any evidence. We are yet to see any evidence, For the past 10 months, it's been a case of, Wunmi transformer, Wunmi Ck1Ng, Oh, anybody can choose to call people names, but not a lot of us will do that, because you can't be calling somebody names without evidence. That's the truth of the matter. You can't be calling In fact, this Justice for Mohbad case is at an all-time mess right now. All-time mess. If truly Naira Marley has been knocking or Zino has been knocking, Mohbad made the choice to go for Wunmi. And this is a relationship, at least we saw a picture of when they were still larondos, so to speak, of a long time. So if a man decides that it is this, in quotes, Olosho that I want to be with, I think it's his choice. I think it's his choice, to the point of getting her pregnant. And even when he got her pregnant, he had the choice to say, she want to knock everybody, me ò lè fẹ́. But not even once did anybody come out, or did he even say that he wasn't the father wasn't the owner of the pregnancy. Let's start from that. Not even once did he say that. And he decided, to carry his papa and mama to go and pay bride price in Wunmi's father's or mother's house, which we saw engagement picture, which nobody has denied. So if your son made a choice to marry Olosho, that was living in the same house with this same Naira Marley, Zino and everything, that they were knocking him, it is his choice. He's an adult. He can make a choice. And he cannot loma for Olosho now, isn't it? So, I don't know. As a woman, if you're not called an Olosho, then you are just ordinary. Yes, I'm going to contextually explain what I mean. If you are in the market, you're selling very well, you have the best of products, you have fantastic customer relations, as Oloja, Tontaja ni market. If you're not a high achiever, you're not extra, people will not even look at you twice. But the moment you're doing well, you have customer base, you have fantastic customer relations, you're selling, you're making money, and all of that, it is always, as a woman, they will tie it as you are doing Olosho. If you're working in an office environment and you're exceptional in your work, you deliver, you know how to meet your targets, you have fantastic customer relations with your clients, you'll be tagged an Olosho. If you're a woman, even if you're in your husband's house, your husband takes care of you, he likes you, he does this, you're pampered and everything, it does not mean that people will not still call you Olosho. So in whatever thing, when we celebrate women for their achievements online and everything, people are like, Olosho, yeah, that's the name the world will call you, but it depends on what you know yourself to be. So not a lot of us are going to join or believe or take hook, line and sinker that narrative that has been on for several months. Okay, give us a text message of, Shebi, then your badge Olosho, Shebi Naira Marley lo basun, Zino lo basun. Where is the evidence that the Baramusuns? Somebody should talk or release a voice note of Wabaminu Yara or Mobile Solano Ba Olosheri. Nobody's saying anything, and you're expecting us to be jumping up and down and believing what we have no evidence on. No, we won't do that. We won't do that. Everybody has, their own Eleda, And like we said, some of us picked it from the beginning to be like, we are going to give her a benefit of doubt, regardless of what anybody is saying, because we understand the peculiarity of our environment. And sadly so, in 2024, a man dies and the young widow is subjected to so much. So much. We forget the fact that we have children who are of marriageable age. We have sisters. We have nieces. We have friends who are, let's even say, young ladies, who we do not pray for them to even have this kind of horrible experience. There was a platform I saw. That woman is actually a young widow herself, and she does things for young widows. If you watch the video and hear what this young lady, some will say their husband passed on 3 months after their wedding. Someone said she's pregnant, but her husband is gone. Some said he died on the night of the wedding. Some said some days to their first year anniversary, he had an accident on his way to work, and Okada hit him and he passed on. And I'll be like, what exactly is going on? These are women in their mid-20s or early 20s. And they tell you how horrible people have treated them for something they have no power over. You, that your husband is going up and down, that your husband is in his late 40s, you are in your early 40s or early 30s. he's doing stuff, he's not having heart attack, you think it's by your power. The moment you realize it's not by your power, you will be sensible and sensitive to other people's pains because you've not been through it. Because you've not been through it. So the narrative of the herd's mentality, no, some of us will not go that route because we know how expensive, how insensitive it can be when you don't have an evidence and you are on somebody on 24/7 bashing. No, not all of us will be like that. And what we ask is not much. Give us evidence that she did it. This is the digital age. Egbesita. In your calling mark, pariwo online. O she buy, o shana, o she transformer, o she kiniko. Before you throw stones at somebody else. Ọlọ́run gan sọ nínú ìwé mímọ́ ní ó ẹni tí ò bá tí ì dẹ́ṣẹ̀ ó yá kó kọ́kọ́ mú òkúta yẹn kó sọ gbogbo wọn jápa. Gbogbo wa la ní lọ́wọ́ pátápátá. Ó kàn jẹ́ pé when it comes to some things, some of us are very principled. We will not go that route. Even these days and time, obìnrin tó bá ní self-worth, if you are with a man and is not doing normal, responsible, kò ṣe responsibilities, instead of me to you move on. I ain't got no time for that. So we are different individuals. But for the world to now say, okay, because somebody said this, we are moving this way, no. But evidence, okay, Onak Naira Marley, Onak Zino. Mohbad is not a dullard. Mohbad is a fantastic composer. He's a wise guy beyond his age. At 26 years old. Kọ́mọ ọ̀sùn nínú kòsíkòsí, bàbá ń béèrè, ìyá náà ní, kò sí nǹkan kan lé, jama on the street, ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. Bàbá ẹ̀ ló padà fẹ́nu sọ. Is it not Baba Mohbad that said it in that interview he did? With, what's that, say Alore or something? That his son, Mohbad did yahoo with Prime Boy. And he brought 300,000 or 500,000 home. Things we do not even need to hear about. Kí ló kàn wá pẹ̀lú gbogbo yẹn? What has that got to do with his spy? What has that got? Why are we opening him up? Everybody ló ní nǹkan tó ń bò nínú ilé wọn now. Irrelevant things. Not all of us are magbe pari. Kí ló wá kàn wá pẹ̀lú yẹn? The nurse who administered the injection is being protected from the word go. What are we talking about? Ẹ̀rẹ̀ wá fẹ́ chop orí ìyàwó dànù. So some people cannot just see beyond their emotional umbrella. They can't see beyond that. Logically. Àwọn tó wà medical whatever, they said it when that thing happens. This reaction. You know, about Ajusibe, we know we have people who we have very different area of specializations. But Zino slept with him, they were knocking her and everything. Mohbad made his choice. He decided to go for the Olosho. Yeah, so if you've been in the world for about 4 decades, 5 decades, you know what I mean, 40s, 50s, you will know that you will know that. Okay, those people that are not standing on the roadside, right? Some people do more Oloshos than those who stand by the roadside. That's really but will be the first person to cast stones on those ones, on Durosiwaju Titi. The height of hypocrisy. So, with all this, Oshibai, there were so many. I think she was reading out a lot of posts, but, you know, this is the one that actually stuck out to be like, okay, 10th month going to 11th, are we still on this one? So, the case now, where we are, I don't know what point you're watching this, is that DNA court has, you know, given the order and they are on the process saying, okay, Baba, come and sign. No, Baba is not signing. And you need to go to TikTok and see how Baba's people are giving it to him back to back. Oh, seriously. And we are thinking, see, foundation no ba solid. So in this case now, we are just watching and seeing how events are going to play out. But for us, for some of us to join the bandwagon of abusing a widow, abusing a 1-year-old child, cursing, shaking, no, we are not going to go that route. Regardless of whatever the world says about that. Until There's proof. Ẹ dẹ̀ gbé proof jáde. Ẹ pariwo lọ́sàn-án lálẹ́ títí gbogbo. One single proof, bring it out. None. And we should join? No, we didn't join from the beginning. Now we are not going to join now. Kò sí bí irọ́ ṣe lè rain tó. Òótọ́ doesn't change color. It doesn't change color. So I'll use this to encourage some, because of course I do see some comments of people who have been through or who is being through this kind of thing. Though of course maybe their own story is not in the social media space. As long as you know that you did not love one in Okwe, let the world call you names. Let the world call you names. Inú ìwé tí èmi mọ̀ o, mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé bó ṣe wà nínú Quran náà nìyẹn. Ó sọ wípé èmi ni ọkọ opó, èmi ni bàbá aláìní bàbá. So ẹni tó bá ṣe òun sópó àti ẹni tí ò ní bàbá, especially ọmọ kékeré, ẹ lọ consult Bible yín o, àwọn ò ní sọ ju bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n right now, sit down dey look ni àwa wà. Tá à ń wò bí event ṣe máa span out. Mohbad ti lọ. Bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ ti sọ wípé wọ́n máa ṣe òun máa sponsor private DNA tí bàbá ń fẹ́ àti whatever legal fees. According to Gurexi days after, he said on a TikTok program, check our previous podcast, that apart from that autopsy, tí Bẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ sọ pé òun máa sanwó ẹ̀, bàbá will do his own again. Laughable, guys. Enjoy your day. We'll see you in the next podcast. Ire o.